Jag kör nu. Vill du?
Ja, vi kör.
This is my guy.
Du kan bara filma för jag kan kutta den.
Ja, det är rolling.
What's up guys, welcome to another video here on AppsTTCG. So this Saturday in the LCQ I managed to go 9-1 with Marco. Best decking format. The finals we don't talk about, but the LCQ went well with the bird up. So I'm just gonna do a deck profile here. First of all, I wanna shout out to Rickmaster Flash. Watch his channel. He's the CEO and creator of the Animal Marco, and I'm essentially running almost his list. I just did some small tweaks for cards I like more. So let's get into it. So it's Animal Marco, of course. So for the Animal package we are playing 4 of the Summon Shopper, 4 of the Blocker Shopper, we're playing 4 of the Bear, 2 of the Goat Squad, 4 of the Richie, and then we play 4 of the Event. I think the problem Marco as a deck has is that the early game before used to be really weak because can't really do that much because all the Whitebeard cards are kind of bad. So the Animal package actually does really well for that because you just like play the early game, get out some bodies, your opponent has to swing on them, which means you save card in hand, and then you can transition safely to late game. And like Chopper has really good synergy with the rest of the engine, and Richie of course bridges together with the next card we will see. So then we play for like the non-animal card mid-range mid-game cards. We could say I play 2 Ivankov. The reason why only 2 is because it's not super great right now because you don't play a lot of 2 drops, but it's nice to have a 3 drop, and it's really good because it can accumulate value. For example, against matchups like Teach is really good because it either needs to get removed or you can just start swinging and drawing cards. So it's just good. It's a nice thing to have on 3 if you don't have nothing else. And then we play 4 Monet. I think this card is probably one of the best cards in the deck in general for Marco because it just synergizes so well together with the leader ability that you can just play it out early and they can use it later on together with a Nugget, for example, to decrease something with 1k more, or you can use it to get more Dawn, minus something, then do leader and swing on something, or you can, for example, on 10 play this, do it on leader, and then do Rayleigh on 9k power bodies because you decrease it with 3 and then you decrease it 3 again and then they go to 3 and you can pop it against UP. And then we play 3 of the Nami. This card is a card I want to get to 4, but I don't really see the space. But this card is also broken. You always want to play it on 5 or 6 to set up, like find your pieces for the late game. And this card was probably like the MVP of at least the first day, one of the MVPs, I would say. So for the late game KO package, we are playing 4 of the Newgate. I don't think I really have to explain this card. This card is the reason why Marco is a deck and is good, and you always want to see this one. You always want to play it on 7 or 8 if you can, because it just amasses so much value long term, and yeah, this is the heart and soul of the deck. And that's why I think this deck will be really good come PRB and OP13, because there's a lot more Whitebeard support coming out. So you can, for example, run the ISO Searcher. That's amazing. Search top 5, cracks itself to draw 1, put 1 to bottom. So you're going to find this card more and like build around it. And I think this card is the reason to play Marco right now, especially with this format. And then we play 4 of the Rayleigh. I don't think I have to explain why this card is good too in Marco. It's synergizes well with leader ability and with all other reducers, and it's one of your main win conditions against UP. So it's just a broken card for the deck for late game. And then we play 2 Sunny. This card is also, I think this card could go in and out in Marco because it's not really good in formats where like you don't really need to play a big body in late game. You will just want to focus on like the more control aspect of it. But this is really good in a format like this where there's a lot of slower decks like UP. This card becomes insane because you can just pull out the Rayleigh with it, and then you like get to keep 2 bodies on board, which is amazing because you kind of need to pressure UP, and not finding the Sunny actually makes it a lot harder just to swing with your 8k bodies. So just having the Sunny is amazing for the deck. And then we play Otamasa random 2k. I don't think I have to explain this card. This is red Tsuru essentially. Synergizes really well with the rest of the deck. And then for the events, I would say these cards are also the MVPs for the day. Play 3 Seaquake. This card, I don't think this card is real like that good, but it's really good into the format because there's a lot of betters running around. Just being able to do leader and just see Quake, like anything they play is amazing. It also comes up into some matchup, for example into UP if they play Zorayuru, you can just put it on a leader, you can see Quake it and you can pass, maybe have a vent up or play another 2-drop or something on 4. So I think this card was probably like the MVP, and the trigger to give something -3 is also really good. If your opponent tries to go for game, you can just like get it out. It's essentially like a 3k counter for free, which also is amazing. So I think for this format specifically we run C-Quake. And when UP13 comes out with the new Pineapple something event, I think you're going to run maybe even 4 copies of it, because you can either be like a defensive spell or you can use it for to bot things. And then it's also good against cards like Burgess that can't be removed.
Pineapple event, bottom decks, 3k?
Yeah, 3k and less. So it's essentially C-Quake. So this is Pineapple event at home with the trigger. So yeah, that will be amazing for this deck. And yeah, for my like favorite card during the day, Honest Impact. This card is amazing for Marco. So it's so good into like almost every matchup in the format, even into matchup like Betty, to decrease like a 5k body, pop a 6k outstanding, and you can swing with a weenie or your leader on it to guarantee the kill. Or into UP you can do combos to clear the board. For example, if they go for Sanji into Kata and you have your Newgate on board, you can go 1 Don on the leader, 1 Don, this is Don. You can draw 1, decrease the Kata to 6k, then you Honest Impact on the Sanji, put it to 5, and then you pop the Kata because it's pop 6k, and then you can just rest your Newgate to kill the Sanji. So you just get so much good clearing, and then you have 3 Don left to play like a weenie blocker or something. We just keep on going, or like there's so many crazy scenarios where this card is amazing, especially for a deck like Marco. It's also, together with Animal Package, the main reason why I think you actually have a good matchup into Teach. Because Teach right now don't run any Sirius and they don't go that much into Burgess, and I think Burgess and Shiryu are like the most annoying cards for Marco because you can't interact with them. So what you just do is that like you just clear the Doku, their August, their 8 costs, and you just fill the board with animals, and then when they decide to go 10-drop in late game, you can just Honest Impact it, and then they burn a whole turn for 10 Don, and they probably also discard a lot of cards. They will be on low resources, and they can just push with a lot of 5s or 6s just to burn their hand, and then eventually it's closed out the game. So this was the MVP. I would want to run 3, but I think 2 is enough because your leader is so consistent. You draw 2 cards per turn. But yeah, so yeah.
You said like 5 cards are the MVP, you have to choose one.
Honest Impact.
Honest Impact.
I mean, will always be the MVP, but Honest Impact, I think, outside of like the thing, this card overperformed. I don't own 100 copies of this at home, so I'm not pumping up the prices. Yeah, no, but thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna say like I had an amazing event both days. A lot of people come up and said hi. It was really nice to meet you guys. With that said, I am going to enjoy some beer with the boys and see you in the next one.